The market. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions, following up with a video I made 4 days ago. The stock market is at all-time highs. All I talked about in that video is not trying to scare people, but to talk about the importance of why not be comfortable speaking out when the market is overbought. And it's not to instill fear, but it's to prepare so you're not scared or unprepared when the market tends to pull back. And if you look at the market, this is the overall NASDAQ index. You can see that within an average year, it pulls back, meaning it corrects itself. I'm not talking about a crash. I'm talking about some form of correction about 4 to 6 times on average every year. It rallies, it peaks, it pulls back. 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 And guess what just happened? It peaks, and then guess what tends to happen? It pulls back. Now, again, this isn't that it has to crash, but this is why it's so crazy to me that when people even bring up Tesla, right? All the Tesla fanboys, trust me, I love Elon, right? But when people are like, oh no, Tesla's never going to crash after it breaks above 1,000, we're only going up from here. Are you ridiculous? Like, show me one stock that has never pulled back, ever. There's not one stock ever in the history of the stock market that has never pulled back. It's a fact that all stocks pull back in some form of way. All you need to know is that it's not if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. And asking yourself a simple question, are you going to be prepared, right? Are you someone that is so closed-minded that will not prepare for a pullback because you're too hopeful? Or are you open-minded enough and understand the market enough that it's not the end of the world when these things pull back? If anything, it's healthy. And if anything, if you're a long-term investor in the market, in the NASDAQ market, in Tesla, pullbacks should only excite you. It's not that it won't recover, it's that you can get back in for a better deal and ride back the recovery. That's the way that I see it. Does that not make sense? So that's why I made that video 4 days ago, not to scare people, not to instill fear. When I share my opinions on Tesla at these overbought levels, it's not to scare people. It's not that I should encourage people to sell. It's that you should be aware of a factual thing about the stock market and every single stock within it. There is not one stock in the history that never pulls back. So why would you not take time to prepare? And that's exactly why we're talking about this. Now, people are like, Ricky, is it time to short the market? Is it time to go into, guess the ticker symbol, SQQQ? This is the inverse ETF. This ETF goes up when the overall NASDAQ market goes down. Now, this ETF is not for everyone, just like TQQQ is not for everyone, just like Tesla is not for everyone. This is a triple leveraged ETF. And in very simple words, it moves 3 times as much as what the normal ETF as in QQQQ moves. So the great thing about this is you could either make more, and of course the larger form of risk is that you could potentially lose more. So what I'm here to share with you is, yes, the market is showing signs of being overbought, but we're still above the EMA line, even on the 4-hour time frame for TQQQ. You can see this, that we are testing that potential support level. We broke below the EMA line on the 4-hour time frame on TQQQ, but asking yourself a simple question, are we making lower highs and lower lows? We are not. We peaked, we consolidated, right? Does this not look like a mirror image of the 3 stages of a reversal, right? This is the confirmation, the consolidation, and now the rejection. We're entering that rejection stage, but we don't have confirmation of lower highs and lower lows of the rejection. So because the market is more bullish, meaning that it goes up, than bearish, meaning that it goes down, I think it would be riskier to go in right now when we don't have true confirmation that TQQQ is going to continue to sell off. If we see consistent lower highs and lower lows begin to form, how much margin can we potentially drop? On average, it tends to drop to the SMA line. Sometimes it could drop even further. That's about 15%. If we look at SQQQ, when it comes down to that, if from where we're at right now, if it were to recover to not previous highs, I'm not going to set false expectations, but where that would get rejected at, right? Realistically, that would be right around the moving average. Again, that's a goal, 20%. 20% is what this ETF offers. This is not an investment. This is not an ETF that you want to hold for a long period of time. This is an ETF that sells off because it does the opposite of what the NASDAQ does. It's just a very effective way for some traders on how they can kind of hedge the market, meaning make money when the market actually pulls back. The more you know, the better you can do, right? It's not that the market's going to crash. It's not that you should freak out, but You should understand oversold and overbought levels. When does it make sense to buy, and when does it make sense to reduce your position size and or sell? That's exactly what we are covering in this video. Not, again, scared to prepare, but eager to prepare for the worst and, of course, hope for the best, right? So definitely some downside potential. But if we break back above the EMA line, there's no question that TQQQ can continue to uptrend. All we are saying is there are signs of a resistance level, which is why when asking the question, is it time to short the market? I think it's too early to tell. We have an unclear direction. There are signs of a potential pullback, of a potential correction happening, right? But there is no true confirmation of lower lows and lower highs below the EMA line. And what does that look like? Well, just like last time, it found a resistance, it broke below a little bit, and then it made lower highs and lower lows where the EMA line acted as a resistance level and no longer acted as a support level. That is exactly what I'm looking at. Exactly. Same thing with Tesla, right? Strong rejection here. We got the rejection. It was still uncertain. And then guess what? Today it's down 12%. So for all those people that said that it would never drop, well, guess what? If you didn't prepare, I'm sure you're, kicking yourself on the foot, right? Or whatever that saying is, and wishing that you would have sold because of how much it pulled back. Now ask yourself a simple question. This is not to instill fear in you, but I don't know what stock you're invested in. I don't know if you're in TQQQ. I don't know if you're in any, stock that is influenced by the overall NASDAQ market. I would just hate for you to not do something today that if it does pull on back, you end up regretting. Just make sure you weigh out both of your options. If it continues to uptrend, how much can you make? If it pulls back, how much can you lose? What is the best option for you? Should you reduce your position size? Should you buy more now? Or should you wait to buy more at lower levels? All questions you should be asking yourself as we're experiencing signs of a resistance and waiting for that confirmation for direction to be more clear. So my alerts are set here. If we make higher highs, great, I'll follow up with it. If we make lower highs, great, I'll follow up with it. That is the beauty behind having an open mind in a free market. It's not that you have to be correct 100% of the time, but that you take time to simply prepare for worst case scenario. So I hope you learned something new in this video. If you guys did, please make sure you drop a thumbs up. Also, if you guys want to win, I'm giving away either a free mouse pad and or a free flag. Just make sure you shop or visit shoptechbuds.com. You need to subscribe to the channel and you need to comment down below, subscribed, subbed, whatever it is that you want to put it. Just make sure that it has SUB in the comment section. Make sure you're subscribed and make sure you smash that like button, and I will be picking a winner by tomorrow's video. So again, make sure you follow those 3 steps, and tomorrow we're going to be giving away a mouse pad and or a flag. I really do appreciate you guys' time. Hope that it earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.